Yeah,
All right.
I would
And
say, that would be one, if it,
Our
basically,
vulnerable area is the northwest,
yeah.
from Elgin.
Yeah, I mean, strategies that protect from encroachment,
From encroachment,
or
pressure for development.
a pressure for development that is not compatible with the village.
Be perfect.
There, and then was a turn lane, even though everybody turns there, and said, nope, we're not touching the road, we're all in within Elgin right-of-way, so we don't need an access permit from the village to access your right-of-way, and everything fell apart. And then there is a seasonal, conditions placed on the road for road restrictions to try to limit the amount of traffic that went on,
The weight of trucks
you
and
know,
stuff, so.
but the road's still falling apart.
Is that
all the
sufficient
truck-
enough, that one statement for that?
Yeah, any comment on boundary agreements or not?
Well, and I think, and you should say, we should, when appropriate, strategically do boundary agreements that preserve our way of life, or whatever,
Right,
however you
yeah.
want to phrase it.
Or we just say boundary and/or annexation agreements, and
Okay.
you just add the
All right.
boundary agreement.
Yeah, something like, yeah, okay.
Into that other word, but, okay, all right, anything else? Remember, they'll be fixed, or not fixed, they'll be edited.
We'll see if it's fixed.
Yeah,
That's
will
it.
be edited, then it is a draft, but it is a mostly complete draft. We were looking at possibly doing we have to do a public hearing on this. And, we're looking at a time frame to do that, we have to give at least 15 days of notice. We also talked, before I get into the actual dates of it, we also talked, and I would like to do what I would say would be an informal open house, like an hour before, like for the hour before the hearing. The public hearing is for us as a body not to have comments back and forth. It's for us to listen to the comments of the residents in the community.
Right.
By having an open house ahead of time, my hope is that we can have that forward and back, they can ask questions and so forth, and we can give them some feedback. How the format of that is, I'm not exactly sure. I'm still got two plans in mind, but that's what I would like to do. So, having said that, timeframe, we are here at the 30th of Wednesday, probably no earlier than the 15th of May would be the minimum.
Well, I need it, the Saturday, the 17th, as soon as I could get it
Yeah.
published in the paper.
Right, so that leaves the next following week then, so Monday, the 19th of May, the 20th, 21st, 22nd, those 4 days in my schedule, I know I'm flexible. So Monday through Thursday, we could do another Wednesday, because we've done Wednesdays in the past, it seems to work for most people. We could try Wednesday the 21st. I'll just throw that out there first to see if that works for people. If not, maybe we'll try another date.
And we could do the workshop at 5:30 or 6, so that we can give that hour and
Yes.
15 minutes to informally talk to people that do come, and then you could not even burden yourself with an exact start time for the public hearing. It'd be after we close the workshop.
Yeah.
21st, the Wednesday?
21st, I may not be available.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm clear that week.
Okay.
Is the 22nd better, Chris?
Yes, it is.
Is everybody else okay on the
What's
22nd?
that, Thursday the 22nd? Would that work?
I'm gone.
Yes, yeah, okay.
If we think there's anything technical or legal, I can
FaceTime
have
you
Forte
in.
here.
That's, yeah.
FaceTime you in.
You'd be on the beach somewhere, or?
No,
Okay.
be drinking beer in Germany.
So the 22nd, start at 5:30 or start 22nd
Might be
for a
there.
workshop?
Yeah.
Start at
You're working,
Yeah.
that day, right?
Yeah.
Six?
Start at 6.
6:30? 6:30?
I get home about 6 o'clock every day,
So
if I leave right on time, which
Well,
is not
you
very
mean, you
bad.
don't have to be necessarily be there.
I don't have to be there for the workshop, that's what I'm saying. I could be at the workshop.
Workshop starts at 6 and you join us when you join us?
And we'll probably, I would like to give them an hour, depending on how many people come. And then, you know, I would just as soon have us mingle. I think if, depending on the number of people there, I think it'd be, rather than have, you know, a line of people asking questions and one person at a time and doing that, I just as soon kind of have us mingle around and visit and just talk to people, and make me a 5-minute presentation of what's going on, and what's gonna happen, and then maybe mingle with people. If there's only a handful of people, maybe we'll have them just come up one at a time and ask questions.
Which
so.
map would you, or maps plural, would you like us to have HR Green blow up in a big, board that could be on the table?
That size, like a big board, like I said, that size of map?
Yeah, which ones?
This one,
Which one's that?
this one, right here.
Well, in the future land use map.
The future land use map,
The two,
and then the open
current
space,
and current and future.
current and future open,
I don't know if we really need an open space map.
Yeah, that's on the current land use map. I don't know if we need that.
Borrow that,
Yeah.
we have one of those
from
Yeah.
the zoning.
from.
But I think, but I think, I mean, that makes sense, because this is really about land
That's
use.
what
So
we're
let's have
doing.
So let's have the current and then the future land
Land
use
use map.
map.
They could look at.
Right.
Yeah, and it might be even helpful to have the green infrastructure map.
That's in the
Maybe-
zoning code, so we can pull that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, green
Yeah,
infrastructure.
Okay.
The reason I bring that up is because that drives so many of our decisions in terms of, you know, why we wouldn't be doing something on those spots. And, you know, at least if it's there and somebody's got a question, you can just point to the map and you go,
That's why.
Of course,
Yeah.
there's like 30 different maps in the green infrastructure, so it's a little challenging in that respect.
Yeah,
If
I
you have
know.
one map that has a ton of it, so maybe selectively pick one that's not too cluttered.
cluttered, yeah.
Yeah,
Jim, we rely on your judgment.
yeah.
And we'll get
One
HR
map.
Green to do it.
Okay, so Thursday the 22nd, what did we say, 6 PM?
Workshop with public hearing to follow.
Yeah, and we get, my target would be 6 to 7 for the public hearing, and then, I'm sorry, for the open house, unless we need to go longer because there's so many questions
Yeah,
or
open
whatever.
house, not
Open house, yeah, and then, yeah, I'm not gonna do stickers and stuff on a workshop, but, it's really to try to let people ask questions. I know that was feedback we got from the last public hearing, that people were frustrated that we can't ask questions and get answers, so.
And that's very in keeping with the state
Thursday,
code,
the 22nd.
because
Right.
Jim Brown looked it up, and for a comp plan public hearing, it's supposed to be an informal hearing. I don't know what that really means, but it's nice language.
That's what it
Yeah.
said.
What time?
6 PM for the open house, and then when we're done with that.
I'll probably just post the hearing at 6 PM. So
Okay.
that way you don't have to, because if I post it for 7 and there's no one here for the workshop but 3 people and you
Yeah.
want to go right in, then you'd have to wait till 7.
Yeah.
So
If
what
I
do you
post
say?
it for 6,
Yeah.
you can still do the
Can you,
workshop and just
can you
roll
post,
it
can you
in.
post it, I guess you could say informal open.
Yeah, I'll put that in the background.
Yeah, in the background, yeah, okay. Okay, so 6 PM on that day, the 22nd, all right.
And Drew will probably be joining you as the 7th member at that point,
Since we have a vacancy, yeah.
because he
He'll fill in for Mr. Brown.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I just wanted,
Reese was elected trustee and sworn in, so we have a vacancy.
I just want to add for June, the June meeting, my June schedule is crazy, and I know summer gets crazy for a lot of people and stuff. Normally, we've been doing the second Wednesday of the month. What do people schedule, does anybody have a problem with June 18th, or that week?
I will not be in town.
Okay. I mean, I'm available most of those days of that week, 16th, or 8th, but I just thought the Wednesday's been our normal thing, so just June 18th. We tentatively have a special meeting for June 18th
Right.
instead of our normal meeting,
Which would have been the 11th,
which
right?
would have been the 11th, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to get a little bit ahead.
All right, so,
Yeah, one, week.
And then,
June 18th,
Right.
yeah, for our monthly meeting.
and then do you want the regular meeting on the 14th, or that we're just gonna cancel that and have the special meeting on 21st of May? Or 22nd of May, I'm sorry.
Do you wanna have the 14th, cause I I don't think I won't have the.
Can, let's just, that's a regular scheduled meeting right now,
The 14th.
because we've already voted on that.
Right.
Let's keep that open, that's 2 weeks away, let's keep it open,
In case there's an
if
application.
something comes in, but I would almost anticipate canceling it.
Yeah, 'cause the only thing we've got has to get sent back to the Yankees to finish their work.
Well, we can't make the public notice for the 14th on
14th
that
business, so
anyway.
there's no application in front of us. So you can
Yeah,
go
just
on
cancel.
tonight.
Okay, okay, so let's just cancel the 14th,
Cancel 14.
special meeting on the 21st.
22nd,
22nd.
Sorry, second, thank you.
keep saying it, at
Thank-
6 PM here,
6 PM.
at
and
the
that-
school,
Not here, not at the school here.
here, yeah.
No, that's good clarification.
Yeah, right,
good
just trying to be
clarification.
clear, people think we hold public hearings over there now, so
Right,
do that. And then, so I can put on the agenda, as a final item, approval, recommend approval of the plan to the village board.
yes.
That'll
yes.
be the final agenda item. So a workshop, a hearing, and then motion to recommend approval of the plan to the village board.
And then we might have additions or amendments.
With maybe
Whatever-
some
whatever we
revisions, yeah,
decide.
yeah, with-
As is, or
Right.
perhaps we have some feedback and
Right.
things we want to add.
I would, because worst case, we could table it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
yes,
I'd
I
rather
agree.
have it on the agenda so you can get it done if we can.
Right.
Okay,
And
All right.
then I'd like you to, as long as you got your calendars open, take a look when you would be, a week that you'd be available to do a special meeting to review the development of the 962 acres, Drew. That should be sometime after the 20th of May, that it will go to you.
20th, after the 20th of May?
That's the day I'm targeting, that the board has reviewed it enough to send it to you.
and, all right, and so that, you're looking for a date or a week, you said?
A week, give
Yeah.
us a week that we think that you're, because you're getting into
Be around.
Memorial Week and vacations and,
Well, right now, we've got June 18th, right? We just talked about June 18th, is it?
Yeah.
Which would be a special, because our normal one was the 11th, but so we can meet 18th, so that time, that week I am available. I know you said you were not available, Chris is not available that week.
is there any time before that that you guys could meet?
I am really
Memorial
limited.
Weekend-
I am-
Memorial Week, it's gonna be people probably out.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
No.
never a good week.
no,
So what about the first week in June?
Yeah, that's,
the first week, I'm out of town, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
On the first, second, third?
Second, third, fourth, and fifth. Sunday, first is a Sunday, second, Memorial Day's the 26th.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
that's the
it's
week
a
before.
week after.
That's the week after, okay.
Yeah.
I would have, I believe I have the second off, I believe.
Which is a Monday, folks. Would that work for enough of you that, it almost needs to be everybody if we're gonna do it. It really does, because it's,
Well, it's not, we're gonna do something, we'll look at one day, I mean.
no, I'm just trying to make sure the second works for everybody, and then we'll look at another one too.
No, I'm just saying, okay, so this is for a potential review of some,
One evening.
but you're just looking at one evening.
Yeah, just,
But
and
that's,
then you'll still stay on your 18th as well, and give you,
So a special meeting on the 2nd is what
Yeah.
you're asking for?
yeah,
Okay,
potentially.
I'm good.
Anybody, no objection? Drew, you good on the second? Looks like 7 for 7, so we'll hold
Thank-
that as a potential.
But I mean, what's the actual,
Because he's
Review.
already filed his, application for annexation
okay,
and paid his $1,500 for the 962
It's an annexation review?
Yeah, it's annexation.
But what's this body doing? The PUD plan and rezoning?
Yeah. And
Okay.
rezoning.
All right.
You're doing the zone, you're doing the zoning.
Okay.
And,
What time?
Chris, what's the earliest? 6:30? Or 7?
Please, 6:30.
6:30, going once?
You guys screw me up, I'm gonna come at 7.
6:30 it is.
I
On
might
the
be here
second,
eating
tentative.
dinner, but.
Yeah.
He did pay his $1,500 2 days ago, and I've got some work to do with Carmen, and I think we might be ready to, by the 20th, to send it to you all.
Is what are we required to do, so many days to look at something?
Yeah,
I mean,
to start the process.
right.
I think we can take as long as we need.
You don't have to finish it.
We're
No,
not,
I mean, to look at it.
It's
Yeah,
the first day
well,
of looking at it,
'cause
that's why I don't wanna.
it's
wait
kinda
till
like
the-
looking at this document, it's just gonna take time, it could take time, so we'll see what has to be. And that might be, I don't know, it won't be, okay, all right. So we've got May 22nd for the, open house and public hearing, 6 PM here at Village Hall. Special meeting June 2nd, 6:30, for possible zoning, of zoning request change. And then June 18th,
Your regular meeting.
regular meeting, 7 o'clock. So we keep graduating, 6 to 6:30 and then 7 PM, all right?
That's what it was.
Yeah, all right. And we have canceled the 14th of May and canceled the 11th of June. Of the regular meetings, okay?
And that was May 22nd.
Yes, that we're having.
Thursday, May 22nd,
Yeah.
Monday, June 2nd, Wednesday, June 18th. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and that, it's for zoning and annexation approval. That's their special meeting.
Well,
Is that
we
what-
don't do anything with annexation here, there's no
no,
hearing.
That's the application, just so.
And I'm assuming we would have it ahead of time and be able to review that. We're not gonna be presented it.
No, I should get you, I'll get an early draft to you on, as soon as the 6th or
Okay.
7th of May.
Okay,
And then whatever the board says to them, they're not gonna prejudge it too much because they have to let you all do the work.
okay.
Our group just completed a 2-page timeline of everything that's gone on development-wise in the parks over the last 25 years.
Oh.
So I'll get that to Mark, and it just will give you. all
Good
kind
historical
of-
context.
kind of a good foundation on what's happened over there.
Thank you. Thanks for doing that. Yeah, that'll be helpful. Really.
And we should have some exhibits for you to see the layout of the land that's involved map-wise and the area that's considered to go to open space advocates. The multiple
That was
people.
completed today. So I have it.
All right, if you do have second thoughts on some of the discussions we had today, or we can still make some tweaks and everything, this is not a final document, so if you please reach out to me or reach out to Jim.
And get it to Jim before Saturday night. Because Sunday's packing his bag for flying on Monday.
Do you make a motion?
Item number 6, thank you. So, I know we talked about it, but we did not make a motion. It's a motion to establish the date for the public hearing regarding a revised comprehensive plan. Since we just talked about the date, that would be May 22nd, 6 PM here at Village Hall. Can I have a motion? Mr. Neal, and seconded by Mr. Andro. Larario, thank you. Larario, thank you. My apologies if I don't say it right. All right, so I have a first and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. One more motion, unless anybody has any motion for adjournment?
So moved.
It was unanimous? It was unanimous? Mr. Teton, Mr. Kopek with the second. All those in favor say aye to adjourn?
Aye.
Okay,
You
morning's
guys
adjourned.
all-
Thank you.
You guys all have like an internal clock.
Meeting over 2107.
2 hours. You do it again. Because we were about 3 minutes late starting.
It's Joe. It's Joe. He's like,
It
trying to,
really,
like, just-
it was,
he used to
Joe,
start like,
Joe, he was the starter who said, and he walked out once, he went, like, we kept going, he's like,
just so you know, I got 5 minutes left, and then I'm gone. Okay.
all right, man.
Peggy Sue wanted you to.
Oh, okay,
All right.
okay, thanks for giving me that.
She wants to know why none of her photos appeared.
She hasn't provided any?
You guys stopped emailing stuff to both email accounts. Because I'm like, I know we have a plan, we have a meeting, where's the stuff, where's the stuff? This last time I just got it to, the Campton Hills. Which is fine. Yeah, because I was like, I'm looking, and then I'm like, and then my phone unloaded the app, so I didn't get notified that you had emailed her. So I was like, yeah.
All right, I'll make that call tomorrow.
But no, we got.
Yeah, I know, I know.
Neil, thank you for the cake.
Yes, thank you very much. I still have some left. Please, you got a to-go bag. All righty.
All right, yeah.
That was, did you get everything you think you needed? Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so,
right. Sounds good.
okay.